I mean, so again, really with C, all I'm trying to say is, if you actually carry through with this after 25 years, you would have taken out $750,000. And there will be money. Now, will there be money left in the account? Well, anything left over came from the interest, right? So because of that, so how much was that? That's what this difference is. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Okay, now we're going to look at loans, okay? Now we're going to look at loans. There is a loan formula I'll present shortly, okay? With a loan, though, that's when you make many payments. You're in that situation. Okay, we were just in a payout annuity, which is many withdrawals. For a loan, we have many payments. And this is the formula we use. Here, P0 you can think of as, you know, the balance on the loan at the very beginning, okay? Or the balance in the account, you can think of it that way also. You know, how much the loan is. PMT is the payments you're making to the loan and so on. You know, you're paying it off monthly, yearly, whatever. R, as before, is the annual interest rate. N is the number of compounding periods a year. And T is, you know, time, as stated here. And again, this is just a reminder. I mean, I presented this before, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. You know, it's in the notes already. If the compounding frequency, remember, is not listed explicitly, we will assume that the number of compounding periods equals how often we make a payment. You know, monthly payments, okay, so that's compounded monthly, hence there are 12 compounding periods in a year, and so on. All right, so here's an example. Let's say we want to take out a $220,000 mortgage to buy a house. Let's say we want to do that. You know, from the bank, a loan company, or whatever. The interest rate, okay, that they give us, it's 9%. So they give us 9%. And the loan is 20 years. Okay, so now the question is, how much will our monthly payments be? Notice here we're making monthly payments. You know, that's given to us. Now, P sub 0, right? That's the amount on the loan, the balance loan that is initially. So this is $220,000. Okay, that's the loan balance. PMT, that's unknown, right? That's what we want to calculate. P sub 0, that's the $220,000. That's the loan amount. Okay, R is 0.09. N is 12. Right? R is 0.09 because the interest rate is 9%. We convert it to a decimal. N is 12. We're making monthly payments, right? That means there are going to be 12 payments in a year. And by assumption, the number of payments we make equals the number of compounding periods. So there are 12 compounding periods in a year. And this is a 20-year loan, so T is 20. Let me just say it again. Again, P0 is the balance of the loan in the account at the beginning. I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so we have our formula. We plug it in, okay? As you can see. Good. So now we have to calculate this, right? We have to figure out what PMT is. That's what PMT is. That's what we have to figure out. Okay, so now what do? We plugged it in, right? Now we have to do some calculations. Well, 0.09 over, again, we want to work with the top and bottom, the numerator and denominator separately. So for the denominator, that's pretty easy. You just divide. You get this, 0.0075. For the numerator, 1 plus 0.09 over 12. 0.09 over 12, that's 0.0075. That's just no direct calculation. Good. 1 plus that is this, 1.0075, as you can see. Okay. Now we have the exponent. We handle that next. You know, order of operations. We get negative 240. Okay. So it's negative 240. And now we do 1.0075 raised to the negative 240. Okay. And that gives us this. You know, again, this is from a calculator. Okay. I mean, I use the calculator on my laptop. So, I mean, I tried my smartphone calculator. It wasn't really as friendly. So we have 1 minus this, which is this here. Okay, so that's good. We're almost there. We have $220,000. Okay, that's equal to this. So now what do? We have to figure out what PMT is. So what I did first was I actually did this division with these two numbers, as you can see, and that gives us this product. Which is the same as this. So that's what we get. Now we can just get PMT. We just isolate it. All right. We divide both sides by 111.14493. Right. We divide. Doing so, we get PMT. Right. Is this quotient. And that is equal to this. So for the monthly payment, we have $1,979.40. That's what we get. And again, the intermediate calculations, I'm using, it looks like 5 decimal places. Okay, here I use 6. I probably should have been a little more consistent, but that's okay. I mean, you want to round to 2 decimal places. I'll tell you how many to round to at the, you know, on the actual, on the final. But you really want to use 5 or 6 because we're rounding to 2. You know, the more you use, the better. So, all right. Now that's our monthly payment now, okay? That's our monthly payment. Now this part I added as well, just for extra practice. I actually had, for fun, let us find out, you know, and so on. But the for fun part I took out. So here, we're going to find out how much total money we are going to pay off. We're going to pay the loan company. In other words, knowing our monthly payment, we're going to determine how much total money we're going to send them. That's what we want to know. Okay, well, let's see. We have, again, this is our monthly payment, right? So we want to know how much we're going to send them over the course of 20 years. We're sending them this each month. Well, how do we do that? Well, we just multiply. That's all we do. We just multiply. Okay? Right? So we have this much per month. Okay. Well, since we have 20 years here, we want to also multiply by 12 months per year. Okay, that'll convert the units, and then we multiply by 20 years, and we end up getting this product, and so we get this amount. You know, this is just like the factor label method in the very beginning of the course. That's why we're multiplying by 12 months per year, because this is in months, this is in years. So this kind of takes care of the units. And we end up getting this amount. as you can see. Okay. So we end up sending them a total of $475,056. But the loan amount, the initial value, right? The loan amount was P0, which is $220,000. Well, what else are we sending them then? The interest, right? The loan has interest on it. So the interest is what we're also sending them. You know, that's how loan companies and banks make money off lending people money. How do we get that? Well, we're sending them this amount. This part comes from the loan. So anything left over is interest, which is this difference. So this is how much interest they get. Okay. Any questions on this? I'll fix it in the notes, but I think P0, it's not really a terrible mistake. At least I hope it's not. Where is it? Here it is. It really should be loan balance. That would be better stated. So I'll fix that later before I post it, but it really should have been loan balance. So again, I'm sorry about that mistake. So let me just